Hi Aquarians, this is Sherry with your monthly general tarot reading for February 2019. A lot of you are having a birthday this month, so happy birthday to you. And let's get started. Okay, this is a zodiac spread, and that means there are 12 cards for all the 12 different houses, and this represents all different areas in your life for the month of February. In your first house, this is how people perceive you, and you have the Knight of Pentacles here. So this card shows a person that's trustworthy, honest, reliable, hardworking, not a lot of surprises. This is the card of somebody who is responsible. And usually it's a person that is, generally in their 30s or older. And they're still working to establish what they want in their profession or with their money. Okay, in the second house, you have the Hierophant, and this card represents the tried and true and tradition. And so right now, for the month of February, I don't think you're going to be taking a lot of risks if you were planning to invest or do something with your money. It would be in areas where it could be associated with institutions, and that can be many different things. Some of you may be looking at your pensions, your 401ks, if you have a brokerage account, if you're earning your money from an institution, because it's also government. This card can represent government. So anyway, for this month, you should experience a sense of stability, and you're thinking about the long term when it comes to your finances and your money. And some of you may, in fact, derive your money from an institution. Okay, in your third house, this is the house of communication, and it's also the house of siblings, your cousins, your neighbors, your environment, and you have the card of competition. So this can mean friendly sparring. You could have some people in your environment that like to compete a little bit. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're competing with them. It could mean that you're hearing news about business competition, people and their businesses. This card I call, negocios. It's the business card. So, your neighbors, your environment, family members, many communications and discussions may be coming up about competition, let's say in the work field, competition maybe in relationships. But essentially it's not a bad card. It just usually a 5 indicates change. So wherever this competition is, whether it's with you and someone in your environment, it's not bad. It's fairly productive, and competition, makes people better. So I don't think it's a bad card like other readers think. Okay, in your home, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and this is a great card. It means opportunity. So you may have some opportunity connected with your home. Your home may provide an opportunity for someone else. But the card represents, a creative evolution, possibility. Usually there's, some good fortune associated with this card down the road as the wheel is turning. So you do feel opportunity. Now, whether this is your actual real estate that has value or you might be considering putting on the market, it can also mean that while you're in your home, you are searching out or finding opportunities. And so, like this card could present if you were online and you found some great job while you were searching at home on the internet, some opportunity is presenting itself regarding your home. But you do feel hopeful, and this is a positive card, and it's creative, and it, usually indicates change. So some of you might actually be thinking of a second home as well when this card shows up as an opportunity in your home. Okay, now this fifth house represents children, and it also represents new relationships. Now, new relationships, I consider a relationship that formed within the last 3 years. And so, if it's about a new relationship, there's certainly trust issues that are going on. The card is the Seven of Swords, and it generally implies that someone is doing something sneaky, whether this is cunningness, slyness, stealing, lying. It's basically a card with a dishonesty vibe to it. So sometimes it can be also, shame or guilt. Like this is also the card where someone can leave very quickly and bail out on a relationship. So for some of you Aquarians, I know it's hard because it's Valentine's month, not just your birthday month, but this is not a great card in your new relationship house if it is signifying a new relationship. Again, trust issues. I'm not sure if someone's feeling guilty, if that's you or the person that's new in your life. I'm not sure if someone feels someone did something that wasn't honest or ethical. And so this is coming up in your new love house. So caution to Aquarians that have only been in this relationship for, a year or two. If you're getting red flags, you might want to listen to them. Now, if this is regarding your children, and you do have children, some of them or one of them is trying to get away with something, and you're not hearing the whole truth. So this is the card of, being sneaky, and, a lot of children try to hide things and do sometimes things that are not perfect. And so again, a caution with your children in the month of February, to hold them accountable, make sure you're getting, all the information that you need, and just keep the lines of communication open, because the Seven of Swords is a mental card, and you Aquarians, have a lot of poise, and you're good at communicating. So, if you get a sneaking suspicion that someone's being sneaky, it would be a good idea to pursue that and have a conversation. Okay, now in your work house, you have the Page of Wands, and this has a youthful energy to it, but the card represents talent, it represents creativity, it represents confidence, bravery, it can be innovation. So this can be how you are appearing in the workplace this month. You're not like totally seasoned yet in your position, because this card, as I said, has a youthful vibe to it, but it's a lot of energy and enthusiasm. So if this is not you, this would be someone in your workplace that you do spend time with, and this person should motivate you and I think inspire you, because the wands are full of energy and creativity, and the youthful energy is pretty hopeful with this card. So if it is not you, you're working with someone who has these traits in the job place. Your partnership house is lovely. This is the card of innocence. This is the card of sentimentality. Again, a youthful vibe to this card. So you may be very sentimental about some of your relationships this month. You may be looking back to the past. It can be friends, family. You may be getting together with some of your childhood or youthful friends, and you feel they're partners in your life. But it's a card that signifies innocence, sweetness, no agendas. So your relationships this month, your partnerships, are quite nice, Aquarius. Okay, I'm not sure if that goes for your children or if you have a new love, because a new love and children can be partners also. But this card is saying almost the complete opposite, that there's an innocence and a reminiscence going on within you in the month of February. And this may just apply, like I said, to people from the past, friends, people you haven't seen in a long time, your family, your mind's turning back to when you were young. Now, in your house of inheritances, shared resources, and also this is intimacy and the bedroom, you do have a card that shows a guarded position. It's someone who has been hurt in the past. They have a very sharp mind. They can intellectually understand any situation. They have concise and clear take mentally on things. But it is a mentally strong card. There's some coolness or sternness that's associated with this Queen of Swords. Uh, the fact that it's in your bedroom and you had the distrust card for new relationships, I would suggest that for some of you, again, there would be trust issues in an intimate relationship, and one person would be on their guard, and it might not be the best month for mushy, lovey-dovey romance. Having said that, if this is regarding shared resources or an inheritance, someone is also, looking at things very intellectually, very coolly. They're on their guard. They've been hurt in the past, and basically, they want to understand things, and they also want to be clear with this, whatever this is coming up regarding shared resources. So it's not someone that gets the wool pulled over their eyes too easily. Okay, in your ninth house is the card of lawsuits, higher education, publishing, and travel. So you have a card of wealth and long-term stability. This can be real estate. So for some of you, if you are traveling, you might be considering buying real estate. For people going back to school, higher education, it might have something to do with banking, finance, real estate. If it were publishing, I would not really associate this with that card. I can't really make an association with publishing. But for lawsuits or legal things, again, there may be a real estate deal or contract or papers being drawn up regarding either the sale of a property or the buying of a property. In your 10th house, this is how the world sees you. And right now in your career, you are coming off as somebody who has a lot of talent, who's a nurturer. You take care of many things. You enjoy to see things grow. You're healthy. You take care of yourself. And this is the card of opulence. So people see you as having ability and talent, and you produce a lot and you like to be productive. That's the best description of this card. Whether you're a male or female, you are being seen that way in your career right now. And that's a great card to have in your career because people can see that you're capable of making something grow and making something happen, and the environment around you, you bring positive energy and hope to a lot of people. You share what you have as well. Okay, in your house of friendships and higher dreams and visions, you have the Hangman, and this card means that you're really suspending your decisions right now, or one of your friends is. It's not like they're in a state of limbo, but they're looking within and trying to search within themselves for what they really think and feel and value. And so they may not be as extroverted as you've known them in the past. They're going through a phase where they're looking for spiritual wisdom, they're looking for inner guidance, and so it tends to be a very introspective energy. So you may be feeling this way towards one of your friends, or you may be noticing that one of your friends is suddenly not as outgoing as they used to be, and as light-hearted and fun. I'm sorry, one of my cats is disturbing my video. Uh, okay, and so just be aware of that. You know, this person is doing some soul searching, basically. And then your 12th house has the Seven of Cups in it. And this is a card of sometimes not having great focus and dreaming about different possibilities. It represents, I call it the Walter Mitty card. It represents having a lot of coals on the fire, maybe too many options, too many goals, too many dreams, and not being able to hone in and focus clearly on one or two of those options. And because it's in your 12th house, this is karmic, and it's something that you haven't mastered yet. You may have too much of this quality or too little. So let's go with the too much. Too much for this period of time in February, the lessons about wanting many things and having a lot of coals on the fire can sometimes mean that you're doing too much, and therefore you're not really doing anything great, or the focus isn't there on one or two of your goals or projects, and you can tend to get fuzzy and daydream and lose concentration. If it's too little, and this is your karmic lesson with it in the 12th house, that's saying that sometimes you've forgotten how to use your imagination and tap back into the dreams that you want to accomplish, and keep hopeful, that life has many possibilities. So I don't know how this is going to work for all of you Aquarians. It could go either way. But this month your cards look pretty good. I mean, your career is strong. There is some trust issues, like I said, going on with either new love or perhaps shared resources. And you are on your guard a little bit. But, the house of your partnerships shows that there is an innocence and a sentimentality that you're going to experience in the month of February. So even if, in terms of your love life, you need to find things out, or there's some trust issues, generally speaking, you have a very nice month ahead, February, for you Aquarians. So happy birthday, and I hope it's a good month for you. And this is the cat that's been destroying my video. You. Okay, take care, Aquarians.